Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, hopefully you hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. Now today we're going to be reviewing Chainsaw Man. This covers the first 7 chapters. It's written by Tatsuki Fujimoto. Alright, so what did I think about this? I think first I'm going to need to explain a little bit about the story, but I'm going to try not to spoil anything for you. Just let you know the main protagonist's name is Denji. So basically his father owed a lot of money to the Yakuza. He didn't know how to pay it back, so he committed suicide. The Yakuza, they were like, we ain't gonna let that shit slide, we want our money. So the son, you owe his debt. If you don't pay it, we'll kill you. Every time he does a favor for them, he owes a little bit less and a little bit less. Then he talks about how he sold one of his eyeballs for 300,000 yen. Then he says he sold his left nut for 100,000 yen. Guess eyesight is more important than balls in this world, right? Okay, so his you see the number dropping and dropping, but he's still quite a bit. Alright, so in this world, Denji, he's a devil hunter. Devil hunter is basically like a monster hunter, vampire hunter, all the same shit, right? Just different terminology. So he's out there hunting devils, and he finds this devil called Pochita. They're basically like they're like pets, like dogs, but just like dogs, you know, you got your golden retrievers, good with the kids, and you got your vicious pit bulls full of rabies, right? So this dog is a nice devil. He doesn't want to kill it because it's nice. So the people that send him to kill this devil turn on him real quick. And the pet is appreciative of him and likes him, so it fights for him. But in doing so, it gets injured and it's on its way out, right? It's punching his ticket home. So when he's dying, he tells Denji, if I drink blood, I could come back to life. And Denji gives him his blood, but some weird shit goes down where they kind of mutate together, where like his soul or whatever of Pochita goes into Denji. So now he's half human, half devil, and that's where everything pops off, right? That's where the story starts. We meet this other girl named Makima. She works for the government, this group called like they're devil hunters. Think like Men in Black with Will Smith, right? How they find aliens. Same premise. She lets him know, you want to work with us, or we put you down like a rabbit dog, right? So he thinks about it. It's like either they kill me right now on the spot or I work with them. And then he decides, you know what? She has some nice tits. Maybe if I work with her, she'll let me grab them. So he's going to work with her with the hopes of maybe, you know, copying a few one. Now that Denji doesn't have to work for the Yakuza or owe money or anything, we get to find out about the character. We get to develop him a little bit. What did we think about him? He's a simp, homie. He's a simp. I know some of you are gonna get at me in the comments. Now what I mean by that is his goals are very basic, very simplistic. He just wants to meet a girl and grab on some tits. That's his goal. You believe that shit? I bullshit you not. That's his goal. And he wants to, you know, get some food because he's always hungry, he's always broke. Because he's always, you know, the money he does get, it's always to pay back the debt. But now that he has a clean slate and doesn't owe this, his new goal is, you know, to get some titties. So far in the first volume, we got introduced to 5 characters, which I think is a good amount for one volume. And I hear the series goes about 11 volumes, so even for just the whole series, 5 characters is pretty good. You don't want it to be too many because things can get muddled up sometimes, and some characters fall by the wayside, right? Where they don't get enough camera time, and you just develop a few of them, right? With 5, that's more than enough time, 11 volumes to flesh out each and every character, right? They're all pretty likable. 1 or 2 had their moments where you're kind of like, what the fuck? Like, you kind of vaguely root against them, but you never commit to hating them. At least in my experience. In this volume, Denji himself, did he reach his goal? You know, grabbing some tits. No, he did not. So sad. Just didn't accomplish the mission. One thing I noticed about Denji, he did get a little bit of depth. He wasn't as simplistic as I may have led you guys to believe. He is half devil now, half demon or whatever, and his job is to kill devils. He sometimes sympathizes with some of them. Like there was a situation where there was these things we call fiends, which is like a devil possessing a human, kind of much like him, and he just chops this fiend's head off, right? And it's on, why don't you change into Chainsaw Man and just destroy him, right? Now, when he kills people as Chainsaw Man, it's very brutal. He chops them up to pieces. It gets disgusting. Like his go-to move, he says, I always go for the crotch. Now he says this guy, he sympathized with some of these fiends or devils, because he's like, I kind of am one, right? I'm half human, half devil, so I'm a fiend. And he's like, I didn't want this guy to suffer, so I just decapitated him so it could be a quick and painless death. So that made you think like, wow, this character got some depth to him. All right, he's not all just, a pervy guy. Interesting moment there in that one little scene where we saw a different side of him. So all in all, what do I think about this volume? Pretty good. We got introduced to the characters, got to know just enough about them. They each have their own voice, their own personality, and their own look. So do I recommend it? Yeah, go ahead, pick it up. I heard it's gonna be all the craze once the anime comes out, and I could see why people would think that, because this volume was solid. All right, check you guys out next time.